Are you guys walking in public somewhere and you just happen to see a really cute girl just sitting there and you want to approach her and you're trying to figure out what to say? You kind of want to get her number. You want to go on a date with her. You want to get to know her? Well, there's a couple of things that we want to discuss with you guys about that. And we're just going to get right into it starting right now.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Improved Men channel, episode 7, everybody.
Woo!
Welcome back. Welcome back. My name is Paul Sebastian.
My name is Jesus Pacheco.
And please forgive us for being absent for quite a while. We've had to take care of some of important family matters. But all the while, we always kept our mind on you guys and what kind of content to provide coming up, and this is what we came up with.
Exactly. We actually provided a couple of videos on our TikTok and on Instagram to make sure that we got you guys on cover, so that you guys can see a little bit of that short form content. And actually, this is a little bit how we got inspired to make this video. We're going to be breaking it down. We talked about some really important topics, but we feel like we needed to do more of a breakdown of those topics so that you guys have a better understanding of all those little subtle step by steps. We want to just do a breakdown for you guys.
And if you are already subscribed to our YouTube channel, don't forget to follow us also on TikTok and on Instagram. Find us here right now. Go ahead. Don't waste any time. Leave the app if you need to. Go over to Instagram and TikTok. Find us.
Yes.
And then come back and then watch the rest of this video. Okay?
Exactly. We will be providing a little bit more of that short form content. We received, actually, we just had our first 1,000 views on our one of our TikToks.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. We're really happy about it. But that's not gonna be enough for us. We want to keep spreading the or work and just helping you more and more of you guys out there that need that help. Agreed.
Definitely.
Yes. So how about if we start with our first kind of post that we did? Actually, the second one, actually. But it makes sense for you guys to talk about it about this way. So we're going to talk about how to get an instant date. And your video was about?
It was how to transition from after getting the girl's number to a date.
Exactly. So we're gonna break it down step by step. We're gonna give you a little bit more of a background of what we covered on those. So how about we start with or my video where I uploaded in there.
Let's do it, Jesus. Let's get into the details.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
So on step 1 was to observe. The first step is to observe the person you're interested in. You should pay attention to what they're doing, what they're wearing, and the surrounding environment. So the goal of that first step was to, first of all, is create a profile of the girl, right? I think that's really important. I think the clothes, the way that they talk, the tone of their voice, who they're surrounding with, all that kind of stuff, where they're at, what they're doing, all of that is going to help you out to really understand who that girl is. Yes, she's beautiful. You might be attracted, to her. But first of all, before you even approach her, you need to be kind of like looking around and kind of paint a picture of her, and that's going to help you out on the conversation. So the goal is to first observe, and this is going to help you on the later steps. Anything to add, Paul?
Yeah, one important thing too is I'm sure there's a lot of you guys that already keep this in mind, but for those of you that might not have thought about this, also scan to see if she is with a man too, because there's a lot of guys out there that they just don't read that situation. They just go in. So watch and see what her body language is towards a potential male companion that she has. So you want to look for those cues. Obviously, if they look a little too close, That's probably someone she's seeing. So you're looking at everything, all the surroundings.
Exactly. So then step number 2. So what do I say, right? Um, Guys, don't overcomplicate this step. Just find something that you're comfortable with to say, right? Just as simple as, hey, you seem like an interesting person. Just work with something that is really, really simple to you that you can say. Remember, like this is the beginning of your journey, of meeting people, of cold approaching. So don't be so hard on yourself. You need to start with something simple. And from there, you're going to jump into step number 3. But the number one thing out of this step 2 is that don't make excuses for approaching. Just think about something, the first thing that comes to your mind, and then just kind of say that. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make an excuse for it. Anything to add, Paul, for that?
I mean, you really just want to, you want to open up the conversation with something really simple. Like you want to ask her, hey, do you have the time by any chance? And just come up with a really simple excuse. My phone just died. My watch is not working anymore. I got to get somewhere real quick. Could you let me know, like, what time is it? I just need to know I'm running short on time.
Yeah, I think that's really good.
Easy opener.
Easy opener, yes. Just, don't make an excuse. Use, any of our recommendations, even if you find an excuse to even talk to her. Step number 3. So now you're going to use your observations and you're going to connect it to your first comment, right? It's like you can say, hey, you seem like an interested person. You give me the vibes of being blank, right? And this is where you're going to use your observation, right? So let's say she's wearing something sporty, right? You can say, oh, you give me the vibes of being like an athlete, right? Mm-hmm. And if she's wearing like a really formal type of if she's wearing formal type of clothes, you can say, oh, you give me the vibes of being someone, something important, or whatever. At this point, it doesn't matter. Again, it's like, just make sure that you're using your observations. Just be confident about it. Be calm. Just be nonchalant about it. And even if you say, hey, you seem like a really cute girl, even that, as long as you say it with a calm way, and as long as you are mentioning something that you observe about the person.
Yes. Yeah. To add to that is you really want to come in with a nice, easygoing vibe. Because after that, most of the things that you end up saying is really going to be determined by your vibe. If you go in there really nervous, if you don't know what to say, you're going there kind of shaky physically, she's going to catch on to that and she's really not going to feel you at all. So that's a really important rule of thumb, is just go in nice and easy, be relaxed.
Exactly. So now for step number 4, ask for her name. We added this step because this is where a little bit of that game kind of, being smart plays into play about this. Is you ask for her name, and what you're looking for is not only for her name, which is important. You need to remember that, but also you're kind of testing out the waters to see if she reciprocates. If she asks back, she asks for your name back, then you're like, okay, she's interested in who I am. Just imagine if a girl is completely not interested on the guy that is getting approached. She probably doesn't even care about talking to him. He doesn't care about who he is. But at the moment where she's asking for your name, that gives you a little subtle a clue that she might be interested. Again, this is not to say, oh yeah, she asked back your name, she's falling in love with you. No. We're just adding little steps on the picture of who she is and if we like her.
Yes, and you don't even have to invest in a super long amount of time. I mean, you could have a 5-minute conversation in case that she doesn't ask for your name back immediately. And so maybe at some point she will, but you don't want to drag it to 10 minutes or more and then you waste all this time and she never asked your name. So those are some small things that you can use to your advantage to pick up some indicators of interest.
Exactly. So now we are kind of tying it in now on this step number 5. We are priming the idea. So priming the idea of having the date, right? So, our video is how to get an instant date. So how do we
Yeah.
move that forward, right? So let's
Forward.
say we're having a conversation, we're having a really good conversation. She asked for your name. And then at this point, you're like, having a good conversation. She asked for my name. She's touching her hair, right? She's doing some nonverbal communication, right? And this is where we're kind of breaking it down a little bit further, right? Just nonverbal communication. She's grabbing her hair, right? She's laughing at your jokes, even though they're not that funny. That's a really key indicator that she is she really likes you, and so. Then at this point, you're gonna prime the idea. It's like, hey, are you familiar with the area? And not only you are priming the idea of going somewhere, but also you're thinking about logistics, right? Because now at this point, you're feeling confident, right? You want that instant date, right? Because this instant date is gonna help you to communicate to her who you are, and she's gonna get to know you. That instant date is a matter of getting to know each other. Leave the last step or the third base at the end, bro. You need to first communicate who you are. So you need to spend time with her. That's why we're going in the instant date. You are kind of priming the idea, right? So are you familiar with the area? And this is a good opportunity. If she says no, then if you're familiar with the area, you're golden, because now you're able to kind of teach her around, like kind of show her around, and if you know a good spot, let's say for ice cream, just kind of like, hey, have you heard about that spot, around the corner, they have really good ice cream? And she might say no. And then it's like, this is kind of where we're headed towards that there, right? But prime the idea of going somewhere else.
Yeah, and I would also add on to that by essentially also considering using that opportunity to screen her interests. What else is she about? Is she an outdoorsy person? Is she an indoorsy gal? What kind of hobbies does she have? What are her interests? Does she like reading books? Is she a movie fanatic? Is she an athlete? Does she love playing sports? So use that to your advantage, and then you can use that to figure out things that you can do with her too.
Exactly. So now we're jumping into step number 6, which is a false time constraint. So at this point is you are gonna say something that makes her understand that you might be busy right now, you have a little bit of time, you are meeting some friends, right? And this helps you or helps her feel comfortable, because at this point is, if you decide to invite her, to get her into a date at that moment, she doesn't know you, right? So imagine, the girl is nervous, she's surprised that this charming guy approached her, and she still doesn't know you fully. So the less investment she has to do at the beginning is the better for her, also for her safety. So you can just say, you know what, I'm actually, I was waiting for some friends, I had to meet some friends later on, and that's gonna help her to just be like, okay, this guy, can leave at any moment, so I don't really have to invest a lot of time. So that's gonna make her feel a little bit more comfortable of going, somewhere else. Anything to add?
Well, I think you pretty much covered it for the most part there. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just you want to give her the idea that, you got places to be, you're not totally fixated on her. You're not making, this interaction all about her, and then you wanting to just drop everything you're doing just to, see her or be with her or whatever.
Exactly. So now last step is ask for the date, or in this case, get the number. So after the false time constraint, saying, actually, I had to meet some friends later on, like in an hour or two, how about if we grab some quick ice cream, on this spot that I just mentioned, right? That seems like, a good small adventure that you can take, right? Okay, remember, the key is to spend time with her. The key is to get to know her. So at this point is a short date is better than no date. So just shoot your shot. And if you have been following these steps, right, and being observing, right, who she is, you're having a nice conversation, you use observations on her, you're being calm, charismatic, right, and you propose something that is not that invest, like, there's not a lot of investment into it, then I'm sure that she will say yes. Now, for the ones that in that moment, let's say she's busy, right? Hopefully she's just busy. She wants to go out with you, but she's busy. She's doing something else, right? Just ask for her number at this point. Just kind of, you pull up your phone number confidently, and just, hey, actually, okay, let me just grab your number and we'll go, somewhere fun, let's say tomorrow or next week, and just pull out your phone confidently and just give it to her. And I would say, as long as you are calm, you're not nervous, and you're just nonchalant about it, I'm sure she will be willing to give you that phone number.
All right. That sounds good.
Cool.
Yep.
So now you get the phone number. Now we're going to jump into how to get the date after the phone number, right?
Yeah. So, all right. Congratulations, guys, for those of you that made it this far.
Yes.
So now it's like, oh, damn, what do I do, right? I got the number, and I didn't expect it was going to go that well, right? And now you might be one of those guys where you have a bunch of things running through your head. So,
yeah.
So, I mean, we've all been there. And so, of course, when you do get the number, make sure it's the phone number, the contact. That's what we mean by contact. Don't settle for Instagram. Don't settle for Snapchat. Don't settle for Facebook, your mom's email address, whatever. Her phone number. Because actually, I've seen way too many videos too on social media where you have these guys like out there in public being filmed trying to pick up girls, and they think they're really slick or whatever. They drop like a quick little compliment, and then they say, "Oh, do you have a boyfriend? Or are you single?" It's like very gimmicky. And then when he goes for the contact, they always say, well, I can give you my Snapchat, or I can give you my Instagram, and the guy's like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine, whatever." No, guys, seriously, catch yourself in that moment and be insistent. Say, "Hey, you know what? I don't have Instagram," or, "Hey, you know what? I don't like messaging on Instagram. I want your phone number."
Yeah, what I can say in that is, if you want to add a little bit extra level of, kind of confidence, is just say, "You know what? It's just Instagram is too addicting. Like it's just such a waste of time. Like I don't deal with that, right?" Just be someone that is busy. Like just transmit that you are someone that is busy, and you don't really do any of those social medias because they're too addicting or whatever. Just be confident and just being dismissive about it, and that way just kind of dismiss the idea of exchanging socials.
Yeah, so that's step 1. So now we're going to go into step 2, and that is when you are initially contacting her. You want to send her something kind of interesting. You want to be a little playful, and you might actually want to use something that you guys actually had in your interaction when you got her phone number, to kind of refresh her memory, something that she can like look back and make that connection, and then her emotions and her memory tie in together, and then she'll be a lot more receptive to responding back to you. And that's how you'll initially contact her. And then you want to start thinking about when to actually text her, which I would say is the next day. So don't wait too long.
Yes, we do this. We kind of reach out the next day because, hey, we live on this world that is full of distractions. So you need to take that into account. So make sure that you send that text, like the following day is fine. That way you're not like that same day. It seems like a little bit like, a little bit weird. The following day, just calmly, just take your time to send that text. And again, just be chill about it. The following day is totally fine.
Now going on to step 3. So you really want to assess this early in the texting back and forth, is how solid was this number? Because depending on how she is reciprocating to you, it may or may not go well, and you need to be the person who's being mindful of how this is going. Is this going well? Is she responding fairly fast? Is she laughing? Is she engaging? Is she teasing you back? If she's doing all of those things, keep moving it forward. Start thinking about hey, you know what? Let's take the fun in person. But if the vibe is off, if she's taking longer to respond, if she's giving you one word replies, you've got to do yourself a service here and determine that she is not that interested. And you could try to be maybe straightforward, but if you're really kind of seeing this, maybe you're just already losing skin in the game.
Yeah, and as part of this step is more also it's also about self-assessing yourself, right? How was my interaction, right? And that way you don't have high expectations of, oh, have the number that means that she completely likes me, that she's all bought in, right? It's it's not even an eighth of the process. So you need to self-assess yourself, and based on that interaction in the past, then you're gonna determine and have a good normal expectation of what you're gonna get out of that phone number, out of the interaction on during texting.
And for step 4, I want to talk about something kind of interesting that I'm not too sure that a lot of guys know about, and that is called the yes ladder. And the yes ladder, think about that like, a ladder. You're trying to get from the first step all the way up to the top step of the ladder. So that's more metaphorically speaking of her saying yes to your questions. So you're kind of warming her up to this idea of saying yes to you, so that when you ultimately go in for the real question that you want her to say yes to, which is the date and the meetup, you're going to ask her simple and easy questions about activities and places that you can go in which said activity could take place. So, for example, do you like ice cream? And if she goes, yes. Do you like sunsets? I mean, everyone loves sunsets. She'll say yes. Do you like the beach? And she'll say, oh, I love the beach. I was just there the other day or whatever. All right. So you just got 3 yeses in a row. That's just an example. So then you just say, well, look, I mean, I was just kind of at the beach just last week. I just was looking for a reason to go back. How about we get some ice cream at the beach and let's go in the evening and catch the sunset? And she's already saying yes. It would be kind of silly, right? You already have the chemistry going. She said yes to all these things. She's already warmed up to saying yes to the date.
Yeah, exactly. And you as Paul said, you're kind of warming up to the idea, right? You are also asking, you're also looking at just kind of gauging like where she's at on the interaction, and just besides only developing that yes, it's also you're kind of warming up, kind of like proposing, kind of priming that idea. I think it connects a little bit to the first video. Is you're priming the idea of kind of going there, not at that moment saying where you're going, but just through the conversation or getting to know her, you're just warming up to the idea of having that date and the places that you can potentially go to, depending on who she is and how she is.
Yep. Nice. Mm-hmm. Step 5, and that is reciprocity. And from there, you want to see how she's responding to your texts. And I kind of mentioned that a little bit in the previous step, but you really want to try to use this to your advantage also. You want to see if she's really engaged. Is she really interacting with you? Is she interested in you as a person, right? If she's asking you questions too. Because a lot of the time when a girl is not interested, she won't ask at all. And you really need to get a clue. And so when she is saying yes, you also got to pick that up fairly early so that you know what you're going to do with this information next. So you always got to think 2 steps ahead. And in general terms, in the dating context, they kind of think that too. They're kind of thinking a little bit ahead as well.
Yeah, and part of being ahead, also being 2 steps forward, is also you need to make the conversation man to woman. One of the biggest problems that guys have is that they're not making the interaction a man to woman. They play it safe, right? And what you need to be 2 steps ahead and play games with her, banter with her, right? Just make it man to woman. And that means that you are in tune to what she's saying, and maybe probably making fun of her, just bantering her, not making fun of her, just bantering,
Giving her a little shit.
Give her a little shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Teasing. You're teasing her.
Teasing. That's
Yeah.
the right word.
Yeah,
Teasing. And just you teasing her is basically being two steps ahead of her.
Yep. And now for step 6 is setting up the date, the actual day of the date. So now for this is, you text her the next day and things are moving along and it's been a pretty good conversation. Now, if, for example, if you get her number on a Sunday, we'll keep it simple, a simple timeline of the day of the week. If you get her number on a Sunday afternoon, you want to text her the next day on a Monday. And then when things still are going well, then I would heavily recommend that you get her on the phone within the next 2-3 days. And because once you do this, she's going to hear your voice again. And it's a very low effort between the both of you. It's low investment and it's safe too. And you guys can get on the phone. You guys can refresh each other's memory on certain things and have fun with that. You guys can hear each other's voice, right? And then you can flirt with her, use that to your advantage, and that'll ultimately make her feel a lot more comfortable too. And both parties are getting a lot of value out of that interaction. And then you're warming her up for a potential Friday night date or a Saturday night.
Yes. If you, let's say, we heard this comment before, it's like you should rush and ask for a date and during the week, right? On a Wednesday and stuff. It's like, if you rush the date, you're going to show a scarcity. You're going to show that you have nothing to do during the week. Also, hey, we all have, our jobs, and we get tired, and we know we're not in the right mood. So that's why we recommend asking for a date, a phoned date. Let's say in this case, Wednesday will be a perfect timing. And you, again, back to the same topic, is you get to spend time with her. She gets to know you, you get to know her, and you're gonna gauge, and again, back into the gauging, understanding, and getting to know the person, to really see if she's just bought in, she's asking you questions, she's getting to know you.
Yep.
That's gonna be giving you good indications that she wants to go in a in-person date. But again, it's low effort, as Paul said. It's really low effort to ask for a phone call. Hey, how about if we have a really quick phone call? The texting, I don't know, it seems a little bit like boring or something. You can just throw an excuse in there. But again, we're kind of going from step by step, and that midweek is it would be nice.
Yep. Okay. So step 7 is following up. So that means you don't have to be texting her like every single day, but every other day or so between the phone call and the date, you want to like send her just like a funny little meme. It doesn't have to be a heavy conversational thing, but you're keeping her, and you're staying in her mind basically.
Yeah.
And that's all what that is.
Yeah. So 2 things is, one is you can potentially ask for in-person date on your phone call, right on the Wednesday. If everything went good, you should request going out at the end of that phone call date. Now, if you didn't, which I will say, you should have, you can still, as Paul said, just keep up the conversation on a Thursday, and then request that date during those days that you have keeping her engaged. So either on that phone call or the following day, you can do that.
Yep. I'd say that's fair. Mm-hmm. That's decent. Next step 8, and that is recommendation. So you made it to the day of the date, or at least the day before. And say if you guys are already texting about the date coming up, you could tell her something simple to show her that you are mindful, that you are aware of the elements, of the surroundings that you're going to be in at, said date. you want to make a little suggestion to her. It could be as simple as, hey, you want to wear probably your best walking shoes, or you probably want to wear your nicest heels. We're going to go to a really cool place, and I think like it would be totally appropriate. Or the weather is just going to be absolutely terrible, so wear a jacket, bring an umbrella. I looked up what it's going to be like in that city. It's just going to be atrocious. So you're showing her and communicating to her that you're mindful, you're looking ahead, you're out for her safety, for your safety, and that you're just a prepared guy.
Yeah, and as dumb as it sounds, the shoes is probably one of the first things that she's gonna be thinking of, and then she creates her wardrobe, rest of her, attire
Wardrobe from that. She'll build it from there.
You'll build it from there, from the shoes. So just that's one of those key things. So yes, sometimes you want to be mysterious about the date and whatever. Yes, but believe me, like she's gonna be stressing so much about what to wear, and by you just giving a little tip or giving a little bit of a clue what you guys are doing is gonna help her so much and be so much relaxed, because she's like, okay, now I know kind of what I should wear. I can plan ahead, and she's gonna feel more relaxed. But if you keep everything in the in hidden, like not knowing like where you guys are going, she's gonna stress about what to wear, believe me.
Yeah, probably want to assist a little bit in that.
Exactly.
And so with all that, we've made it to the 9th and final step. And you mentioned on the recommendation to, on what she should wear. Well, now you want to consider something for yourself. And that is, guys, you want to smell and you want to look your best. Wear something that says, I'm going on a date. I care about the way I look. I care about my grooming. I care about the perceived what is it? I'm getting lost with the
you perceive value,
the perception of me. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, wear your best outfit, color coordinate, wear the right clothes. Don't wear something that's oversized, that's way too tight, doesn't fit, a hand-me-down from your brother or your mom's old jeans. Like, you got to know by this point that you are a grown, independent man. You're an adult, and that you care about these things.
Exactly. And as a last point I can bring is that will also show that you care about yourself. You dress nicely and smelling your best. It's not only about impressing others, but it shows that you really care about yourself. You really care about who you are. You really care yourself as a man, how you protect yourself. If you're wearing nice, comfortable clothes, that means that you actually care about yourself, that you love yourself. Because the most important point is you need to love yourself before you start to love others. So guys, don't do it just for impressing others, but just do it for you. Take care of yourself. Buy something nice for you. Then that will transmit confidence, and that will show the girl that, if you're able to take care of yourself, you're able to take care of her.
Completely agree with this guy here. Well, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I guess we did a really good breakdown of our, short form videos. We feel really proud about those short ones. But we really wanted to just maybe we should break in a little bit more, right? So that in case they feel like they need a little bit more information. Why are we doing this, right? The short form doesn't allow you to just kind of go in depth. So just keep watching these episodes. Drop any comments and questions that you guys have, in regards to what we cover, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, guys, we provided you all with plenty of sauce.
Yes.
Plenty of information.
Yes.
For free. This is good stuff, guys. This is of great value. We are not kidding around when we say these things. We have experienced these things firsthand. We've seen what works. We've seen what doesn't. We're here to give it to you guys.
Exactly. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel that this is value for you. If you feel like this is going to help you in the future, just do us a favor, just give us a like, give us a comment, right? Subscribe, follow our TikTok and Instagram. Follow us in there. We're going to be sharing more info for you guys.
Perfect. And I guess we're going to end this episode. I think this was a really awesome episode. This is good stuff, guys. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to call it a night. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, a good weekend, whatever time of month it is. It is summer here in San Diego. It's in August. And again, we are the Improvement Channel. My name is Paul Sebastian.
My name is Jesus Pacheco.
We'll see you guys next time.
Take care, guys.